Don't blink, it's your buying. Welcome to our show. Considering mobs are having a wonderful day on this great 24th September 2025. Can't believe tomorrow we're losing the good place. Don't worry, we're in a position to do it. It's gonna be okay. Don't worry. Take on the good place. Let's do another video. If you don't mind, of course. Do you mind? Do you actually mind? Because if you do, I'll psych. I won't change video. So we're going to continue with season 2, episode 7, which is Derek. Season 2, episode 7 with Derek is kind of special. Derek is actually pretty cool as a concept. The character is kind of shitty. So Derek is the exact same as Janet, but if he was malfunctioning. So why is this so cool? Because Janet in itself is a hard concept to realize. So Derek has a failed version of it. Could be super, super, super cool. So we got Jason and Janet who are super in love. Not Jason. Derek and Janet who are super in love, which is kind of shitty because this is a rebound. But at the same time, it fixes the problem. See, Eleanor did do her best to give advice, but is it good advice? That's up to you to decide. We got a cool place, which is, we got a cool place and a good place, which is Michael sending Janu, and I'm gonna call him Tahani. Janu. Sometimes I'm gonna call him Jason. Sometimes it's Janu. They sent him to literally get a wedding, which is kind of nice in itself because, again, this is supposed to be happening in season 1, episode 1, but never really happened. What's next? What is next? Baby, don't hurt me. So, Michael does ask the help for Shitty and Eleanor. Eleanor's such a weird name, but has also such a common name possibly. And it's kind of cool because she trusts them. So in the rank of importance is Eleanor and Shitty. Now, is it because they're morally superior to Jason and Tahani? I don't know, but Michael does use them a lot more, and it's kind of the importance of it. But it's also important because we have Jason and Tahani who finally have their moment together, and it's cool. Do you believe in a relationship? No. Did I believe in a shitty, I don't know, relationship? I don't think I do. I don't know. It's kind of complex. So then Michael said, listen, Derek cannot exist because we need Janet for that to succeed. First of all, Janet will glitch if Derek is there. Second of all, Janet is needed for the plan. Third of all, Derek is not supposed to exist, so he shouldn't exist, right? Derek is the first of his kind. Yes, first of his kind, and there's no need for it. So also, this is kind of important because this is this is a representation of how human Janet is. Like this need for a rebound, although it's caused by Eleanor, is something that a Janet never done before. See, the whole plot of it, right? The first season is planning this is a good place, but it's a bad place. The whole plot of the second season is, what if those people deserve to be in a good place, right? So, with Janet is the same thing. She deserves love, yes. Should she be in love? Absolutely. Is that what happened? Not necessarily, and that's okay. So next we have super cool moments between Tahani and Jason, and this is super cool because and the couple counseling got Jason that felt like Tahani didn't care about him, and now she's showing that she cared, which is absolutely important. Got Jason and Janet that are now working out right away. They're fighting already, which is kind of good because Michael wants Derek to be put apart. But it's not because Jason and Janet, Derek and Janet are not working out. They're gonna put it apart. And this is the coolest thing also, is Janet is able to create a Derek. Is she able to delete a Derek? And this answer is kind of different, you know. And it's kind of cool because there's two main plot lines in this. The first plot line is Derek and Janet. The other plot line is Tahani and Jason. We don't want Jason and Tahani to be together, and this is the moral quandary. The moral quandary here is that Jason and Tahani should be able to marry each other if they want to. However, if they marry each other, then Janet will never be happy because she likes Jason, and this sucks for Jason. So separating them means that Janet is happy. Janet being happy or not needing a rebound means that Derek doesn't exist. However, you broke a couple. So in the greater good and the trolley, they have the same thing. And this is kind of nice, because what would you do? And there's no answer to that. We got Michael literally saying, breaking up Jason and Tahani. You know? We have the literal wedding. We had the wedding, and this is kind of cool because this is the second wedding, and Jason is the second wedding. So it's nice because it's a feeling of deja vu, but somehow super different, you know? So we have Janet, who is the judge, who's gonna marry Jason and Tahani. This is cool because we're explaining the birth of Derek as a consequences of Jason leaving Janet. But the presence of Derek isn't a consequences; it's a plus. And Jason is a complete mess, complete mess. Now, also, this is cool because this is the first time that Derek is normal. So he's talking about how it wasn't supposed to happen. So one of this, the way he's explaining it, says, "You gave me wind chime instead of a penis," because Derek asked Janet, "What does he have that I don't?" And Janet says that he has genitals. So because Derek doesn't have genitals, Janet is like, "Okay, well, it's not gonna work out." But at the same time, Derek's not supposed to exist, you know? So this is the proof that he's a mistake. Because there's even a flaw in designing him, which is kind of cool. We got Eleanor. This is amazing. Eleanor that says, "I was wrong. If you don't need a rebound guy, you need to heal over the fact that you and Jason won't work, and that's okay to be sad. It's okay to be miserable. It sucks, I get it. But you don't need to have a rebound guy. I was wrong." So this is Eleanor teaching. And this is also good because this is Eleanor being a good person, first of all. But this is also good because it's Eleanor saying, like, "Yo, I was wrong," with something that she doesn't do. So she's becoming a better teacher. And see, that's the thing. She was a teacher, right? It spread knowledge, which is an act of kindness. So possibly Eleanor sees that as a kind of kindness. So when she teaches people, it's an act of kindness, you know? So Janet reabsorbed Jason, which is kind of cool. Jason and Tahani, they're having a problem, which sucks because it's all a question of it sucks because you're creating a couple and you get attached to these people, but then you're breaking up, right? It's just a weird show, but it's a good show too. There's constant moments like that are weird. There's other moments like that are weird because you're literally building up Jason and Tahani to fail, but then you learn a couple lessons through it. They fell in love. Tahani was, and the reason, improved, and they were both serving each other's needs. Jason again acknowledging Tahani, and Tahani taking care of Jason, which is super cool, right? It was a really good relationship. However, the whole thing here is not as important as Eleanor and Shitty. Eleanor and Shitty says, "Listen, I owe you an apology. I've been lying to you." And then this is kind of cool because this episode taught her. Like, for example, because there was a rebound when she fell in love with Shitty, she needed a rebound because this is the way of thinking. The reason she didn't do it is because there was no rebound. But if there was one, she would have done it, right? So then she tells Shitty, "Listen, I have something to tell you." And then this is kind of cool because she is faced with her first moral quandary. And her very first moral quandary is what? Her very first moral quandary is the fact that I'm keeping it secret, and if I tell you, I'm going to hurt you. But keeping it secret in itself is bad to begin with. So it's a really nice mixture of something that's supposed to be happening and something that happened itself. And it's cool because it's something. For example, if you had a secret that doesn't change anything in anybody's life, right? But you feel bad keeping, would you tell it, or at the same time, wouldn't you? You know? And here, Eleanor didn't tell people, "I'm not gonna say it," and the secret is about Shitty, so she should tell him. So she showed him the tape of the two of them falling in love, you know, and this is important because Eleanor had this knowledge, but Shitty didn't know. This is so cool because Shitty sees himself, and he says, "I've never been so sure about something as I am in this video." this is weird because I'm not used to it, you know? It's also a really, really cool thing where they're both having a hard time acknowledging the feelings. It's Chidi who was never able to make a decision, and Eleanor was never able to be vulnerable. Eleanor was vulnerable, and Chidi made a decision, so they're both good for each other. So where I am, they're basically reborn, and because they're basically reborn, they find themselves in real life. And this is how it happens because there's no reboot in real life, right? So Michael goes in, and we just have a talk. And this is such an important part. This is not such an important part because this is amazing. So this in itself is Michael says, how did you take the decision? Why did you tell Chidi, right? And it was basically like, oh, 10%. Ooh, I'm gonna have to go in soon. I'm gonna have to go in soon, but it's okay. So far, we're not in a big drama. So basically, Eleanor tells him, there's a little voice in my head, and that little voice is kind of my guilty part, saying that, yo, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do this to Chidi, and you felt bad about it. And even though I told him, and even though I didn't get the result that I wanted, I still got rid of the little voice. Now, why is that important? Because when they get revived, Michael will talk to Eleanor, and this is the moment he will tell her that, remember this. And this is super cool because Michael believes that Eleanor's a really good person, and this is insane. This is super, super cool. Because here, Eleanor and Michael become friends, But then the ending of the episode happens, and it's Sean. You see, I watched this yesterday and I already don't remember. Already don't remember. So we got season 2, episode 8, which is A Fall of Faith. There you go. So basically what Sean does here, this is kind of cool. Sean goes here. Trust from a fall from grace. So this episode is about Sean that comes in. Sean comes in, and he's like, you know what? You convinced me. I didn't think that you had it in you, but this actually works. This neighborhood that you created actually works. I don't know how you pull it off, but it works. So because it works, what we're gonna do is we're gonna destroy it. We're gonna do other ones like this, right? So basically, what he's saying is, you've proven what you wanted to prove, and we're gonna destroy the neighborhood. We're gonna destroy it because we showed that it's success, right? And this is kind of stupid because in the episode they're saying like Sean took all the credits, right? And this is super cool because Sean took all the credits from the higher ups, but Sean gave all the credits to Michael. And he said to Michael, you did it. He didn't say to the higher ups, he said I did it, but to Michael he said you did it. And this is super cool because Vicky was like, no. And this is also amazing because in the last episode we see Eleanor giving the secret to Chidi, that's the video where she said I love you. And then Vicky's like, yo, this is my neighborhood. This is me that's behind it. Either you tell him that I'm behind, or I tell him about all the time it fails. And this is Vicky who's constantly failing. It's Vicky who was constantly wanting to do bad things. And here, Michael is a guy who's good. See, Vicky is possibly a version of Michael before Michael became morally questioning life in itself. And because he started morally questioning life in itself, he became a better person, right? Vicky is possibly a past version, or even because the real Michael, we never had him. We had him in season 1, then we're having in season 2 for 2 episodes, and then we're having a team up. So we never really had a real Michael. So what was it like? Was it like more of like Vicky? And this is what we're having a problem with, So yeah, so this is nuts because he says here, Michael says, are you really happy? And he says, I'm squealing like a little girl. And this is funny because this reminded me of Alt in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Kevin and Sean are very, very, very similar. So this is cool. So Michael um, and Sean are going against the fort. Now, this is possibly one of the most, if not the most important episode of the season, but it's also one of the greatest and most valuable of the season. So it's basically asking, did Michael truly change? Because in here he betrays them, and he's like, "Yo, uh, I'm working with Sean. It was never honest. I never meant to be nice to you guys. Y'all suck, right?" And then everybody is wondering, did Michael turn or not? And this is super cool because Michael at the end doesn't turn. And this, I gotta say, is unbelievable. And it's not because in a sense, this episode is complete annoying. Because it's always repeating the same thing. However, we see Michael change, and it's like, okay, well, we saw him change, well, he made the right decision. So when he make at the end the right decision, like, holy shit, this pay off. So,
Something I wanted to say for a very... That's right, nerds. Everything to say for a very long time. Surprise, idiots. You're all in the...
yes, there you go. So basically, so also what you have to try to understand here is Michael is still pretending that the second, this is the second try. And what is really cool is when he says you're in the bad place, surprise, they're all acting shocked. So it helps sell to Sean that this is the second one. However, they're shocked not because it's a bad place, they're shocked because Michael betrayed them, which is just brilliant. There's gonna be a moment in this episode which is brilliant.
Destroy the place, play beer pong with Jason's...
So they're talking about how to torture each of them, which is kind of cool.
This make me feel drunk.
Super, super cool. Now, here's the good part, right? So Janet here wears magnets because it makes her drunk, first of all, but also because it blocks her power. So this is important. Why? Because she is a good Janet and would work towards helping the human, but because she cannot do anything, she's basically powerless to help anybody. So this is not super important, but it just shows the range of the actions of Janet. Janet is again a zero. You had points. Okay, well, she's acting like that. She's drunk. She's flirty. She's funny, you know. And I do like that. I do like how much they're doing with the character. It's meaningful because they're doing a lot with the characters. It's not meaningful because there's no changes that stays, but it shows the range of what the character could be. So now everybody is asking, why did Michael betray us? And this is super cool because they're all believing that they betray him, and every single one person feel like Michael did betray them, except for Eleanor. So they said, what is the plan? Do we escape to the middle place? And this is cool because they know about the middle place. And Eleanor's like, you know what? I have a plan. We're doing nothing, and we keep on trusting Michael. And this is cool because she's the only one that trusts Michael. Because I feel like she feels a kinship with Michael.
Trade information on Michael or try to escape to the medium place?
Neither.
There
I
you go.
vote we ignore.
You see? And it's amazing. And it's just amazing. So everybody is questioning her. And this is so fucking cool. Everybody is questioning Eleanor. But now, here is the most important part of this decision. Eleanor basically vouched for Michael. So then it's not about do we trust Michael, it's about do we trust Eleanor. And in this case, yes, they trust Eleanor. So because they trust Eleanor, then this whole point of can we trust Michael is pointless. Because again, it's not Michael that we trust, it's Eleanor. And because it's not Michael that we trust, it's Eleanor, and we do trust her. She's proven time and time again that she's a good person. She's proven time and time again that she's changed. She's not the selfish human being that she was, which is kind of important itself. Also, which is really, really cool, is Eleanor now has 1 season and 8 episodes to show that she's a good person. There is a guy in here, which his name is Krieger, right? Krieger, okay? And Krieger, what he says is, and this is super cool. This is really, really, really important. So Krieger goes in, and he mentions the name of Krieger, right? Then Eleanor's like, this guy is asking us to take a leap of faith because this book, which is written by Krieger, is talking about taking a leap of faith. That's his whole thing. Then Michael's like, holy shit, you literally wrote... No, shitty. It's like, holy shit, you literally read a book that I didn't tell you to read. What's wrong with you? You're doing so good. You're so motivated, which is in itself kind of cool, kind of cool. So then, perfect. The next scene is Vicky. Now, this is super nice because Vicky see that Michael is getting all the credits, but she's like, okay, well, I did something too. So now she starts to blackmail. Now, what is it cool with the character of Vicky? We didn't see her for a while. Why is that cool? Because she's not an omnipotent character. She's sometimes there. She is there. What she represents, however, is omnipotent. It's always a failure of Michael because he got betrayed by his old team. Vicky also represents the reason as to why, Michael had to do the deal with the 4 people. So we got a literal roast, which is kind of cool because they're making fun of everybody. Now, the roast is shitty. However, there's one person that's really important. Really, really, really important. He does a joke on the favorite football player of Jason. And he calls him Derek. Derek, remember, is a character that was created. So they're wanting them to get to Derek because Derek has the power of Janet. Make sense? Make a lot of sense, I guess. So they're always trying to see like, hey, what is going on? So they're basically what they're looking at is the destruction of the neighborhood, and it's kind of sucked because they had so many emotion there. So this is the low point. Like, okay, well, our home is getting destroyed. We have so many memories there are destroyed. The guy that could help us basically betrayed us. We have no hope of getting out alive. There's no hope left, and all of the hope lies in a guy that just took hours to betray us. This is super cool. There's a scene here where Michael will whisper all night long to Vicky. Now, it is revealed after this episode. This I love because you're establishing a plot, but you're also entering the plot the same episode. Which, fuck waiting for hours upon hours upon hours. Just give me the answer. Give me the time to think about it, but give me the answer after. And what he was doing is, he knew that Michael needed Janet to betray her, right? He knew that he needed, whatever he was planning, he needed Janet, right? And then what happened is, he whispered to Janet, something, Vicky, something. Janet is drunk because of the magnet, right? But she said the truth. So when Vicky says to Janet, what did he tell you? And then Janet is acting drunk and she say, something, Vicky, something, right? And that's literally what Michael said. So he knew that Vicky was going to betray him. What she did is she tried to free Vicky. She tried to free Janet, which is Michael using her as a scapegoat. So you see Michael good, but also a devil. So what he does is, so they go in, and they see that they steal the train. They steal the train, and these guys, the 2 guys, this is the people that we watched the Red Moon with, which is super nice. So Vicky betrays Michael, which is basically telling everything that happened. This is super cool because they see a train escaping, and they feel like the 4 people that left from the middle place, which they didn't. They stayed behind. So bad Janet's literally. So there you go. So then Sean is pissed off because the 4 people left, and Vicky tells Sean that Michael was behind everything, right? Which he wasn't. And Michael will throw Vicky under the bus, or under the train, if you will. I'm proving that she is the one, which is kind of cool. And then Sean will believe Michael and destroy Vicky, and this is super cool. Why? So she says that she tried to take out the bracelet for Janet, which is the one that helped them escape. So Sean, what he does is, this is super cool. Sean, what he does is he captures or tortures Vicky, and then the train leaves. And he says, okay, we'll find them. You stay here, Michael. You make sure that if they're still around, you make sure that you're there. And then onto the train, you got what? You got the 4 people. And then you realize that Michael didn't betray them, which is super good because, again, it proves that Michael was on their side, which is an amazing scene. Look at this. I love this guy. What a brilliant actor. Now, what is the cool thing here? What is the super cool thing? It sucks, dude. It sucks. Because you saw those guys in multiple videos, you know. They're having fun, which is normal. And here we are working, you know. I was talking about a lot about existential crisis today. Am I more Ink or more Steph? Steph will just chill with those guys. Ink doesn't, you know? Anyway. You got 24 hours to do 25 episodes. Holy shit. That's a lot. Okay. So you betray them. Now this is a cool thing because they talk about how they realized I don't remember this. I actually don't remember this. So Michael, he tells them how many clues he left behind, and then they said, okay, well, I left you 200 clues, but you just get pick up 3. It's okay, you did the right thing anyway. I don't remember this. So they have a chance to escape, but then she realized that this is exactly the place that they're gonna be, the medium place. So what they do is they send Derek to Mindy Sinclair house with cocaine and Derek to sleep over. I don't remember this. I don't remember this. There you go. So everybody's like, yeah, we're gonna go to the good place, which is good. Then they focus on Michael, doesn't seem happy. So here it is. The next episode is the good place, which is kind of cool because we realize that Michael was full of shit. He doesn't know how to get a good place. Yeah. How many batteries do we have? Are we good with batteries? No. Okay, we have the time to do maybe one more. I'll do one more, but it's gonna be fast. It's gonna be fast as fuck, boys. Okay, so we get the intro, which is basically saying goodbye to the good place, which is kind of nuts because, again, we've spent so much time here. Michael takes them to a blip, which is kind of insane because there's a little blip. And it's cool because they're eating frozen yogurts and they're like, okay, well, let's remind ourselves that we have some good place. The good place does that a lot. There's a lot of feel good moment, you know. So then we have a entry to the blip, and this is kind of cool because this is Michael still being Michael. So what they do is there's four. They have to be the 4. So if you're the best version of yourself, then you'll be able to get on the blip. So they go all the time. They go in, and they're like, okay, well, am I the best version of myself? So the first time they go, everybody passes except for Shitty. Shitty feels like I'm not the best version of myself because there's possibly a version that was rebooted that was better than this. And then I don't know, it's like, fuck it. If you believe that you're the best version here, those versions doesn't exist anymore. Don't care about this one. Focus on this one. And then Eleanor, the second one that doesn't go in because she got into her head. I would tell the actor they fucked up over here because it's kind of logic that the last one isn't gonna pass. So then they're arguing. And then Michael says, you know what? I was full of shit. I didn't know how to get to the good place. I'm sorry I lied to you guys. And this is cool. You know why? Because Shitty realized that the best version of him is this version. And you know why it is? Because this version was able to take Eleanor and make her a good person. Was able to take Jason and make him a good person. So it's actually super meaningful. Because the good he did around him is more than other version of himself, you know? So then Michael, they're pissed off at Michael because he lied about the good place. But Michael is saying that there is a last option, right? We can, if we go through the hell, we can actually get to the good place. we have to go through hell though, so we have to hide ourselves. As this is super cool. This is super cool because if they hide themselves in the bad place, they might be able to go to the good place, but it's not easy. They'll have to hide themselves. They'll have to pretend like they belong in the bad place. There's a lot of chance that there's something wrong that's gonna happen. There's a lot of chances, most likely, something wrong will happen. So this is kind of funny. Now, they start drinking, which is super nice because they're drinking tequila. It's again a feel-good moment, right? And what I think happened here is they weren't sure it was gonna be a third season. So they go to they take the risk, right? And this is cool because we got Tahani and Jason says, hey, what if you don't make it? What if we don't make it? You know? And it's about the risk. You got Tahani, Jason, you got Shitty, and you got Shitty and Eleanor. And this is so cool because they realize that there's a lot of risk here. It's like okay, well this is the finale. We are sacrificing everything. We are risking everything. It just doesn't work. We're fucked. It doesn't work. We're gonna get tortured, and now we're gonna be losing each other. And it's meaningful, but it's not the most meaningful thing ever. You know? It's not the most meaningful thing ever. So then, such a nice moment. They're celebrating, and they're even telling Michael that he's a pretty good dude, and they make him an honorary human. It's super meaningful, you know. And then they're chilling around. And it's super nice. It's super nice because it's emotional. You really feel for these people, right? And then Eleanor's like, you know what? Fuck it, let's do it. They get drunk, and they're like, let's do it. And then they go to the judge. They want to go to the judge and prove that they have a chance to be the good place residents. So then they say fuck it, and they go to the good place. They decide to go, which is super cool. It's sad because you see Eleanor and Shitty saying back to the house. You're seeing the entire good place. Everybody is saying goodbye. It sucks because you really feel like the end of the series. Feel like the end of the series, and again we are it's season 2 episode 9. There's only 12 episodes, so it could be the end of it. Will we make it to season 3? We made it to season 3, baby. We made it to season 3. Oh hell yeah. So then Michael get the bad Janet to go and pick them up on a train, which again remember that we need a Janet for that. 54 we're good. And Michael killed the bad Janet, which is super nice. Now there's a ton of jokes of how the bad place is the bad place and the good place is the good place, but we were the good place because we were here. And this I gotta show you because this is so nice. This I gotta show you because this is so nice. There you go. It's a couple of seconds. Look. See the neighborhood. The neighborhood is being destroyed. Everything that Michael has ever worked for, completely destroyed. This is genius. Look at this. Babylon. There you go. So we're gonna take a break, and we'll continue after. Tomorrow we're doing a special. Tomorrow it's only The Good Place. We got 3 episodes. I got 15. I got 20. I wish I was better. 28 episodes to do. 28 episodes. It's 4 per hours. I got. Oh my god. Yeah, it's not gonna be easy. We'll do it. We'll be able to. If I can finish to season 3, episode 3 or 4 today, I'm gonna be very happy. Because season 2 is 12 episodes, season 3 is 12 episodes, season 4 is 13. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Sorry if we took a shortcut. It's just that, again, this is a tough show to recap. I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.